Good evening, I'm Kate Sohn. We're here at Lori and Jay Bergman's home for the charity event for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'm here with Darrin Smith. I'm sure many of you recognize him. He was a mentee for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Darrin, who was your mentor for Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, my mentor, his name is Seymour Marksman, and just a great guy.
Great. And how did you get started in Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Actually, at the age of 8, I got involved with the program. My mom got me involved, and I have 2 older brothers, so they were actually involved with the program before me. And I actually used to kind of hang around with their big brothers a little bit, and so I was kind of anxiously anticipating my turn to get my own mentor, big brother. So finally that chance came, and just made the most of it.
That's wonderful. Now, why did you join Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, my dad died when I was very young. I was 3 years old when my dad died, and I'm the youngest of 5, and so which includes 3 boys. And so Mom tried to keep us busy, tried to give us love and attention that we all needed, but she realized that she needed some help, and that there was an organization, Big Brothers Big Sisters, that really had mentors for her sons especially that can get involved in their lives. And so that's why I got involved in it, and I was just actually following along what my brothers had done before me, and but I'm just thankful for organizations like Big Brothers and Big Brothers Big Sisters, because it really has made a big difference in my life.
Now, did the stuff that they taught you with Big Brothers Big Sisters, your mentor, did that help you start off your career with the NFL? Did you go to college? What kind of things did it help you with your life?
Well, my mentor Seymour, he's a pretty old-fashioned guy. You know, he's from the Caribbean, so he's old school, and he's all about education and hitting the books. So, to be honest, he can care less about football. But you know, the things he taught me, though, was really about using my time wisely and working hard and really giving my best effort at everything. And so he really laid a foundation for me to be successful in the NFL because of the work ethic that he showed me, that he taught me. And that's one of the reasons why I try to excel at whatever I do. It's because of the life lessons that Seymour taught me.
That's wonderful. And you still have a relationship with him today?
Absolutely. We're still hanging together, and we actually go to church together. And you know, his wife is actually, I consider her like my second mom, and he has a son and a daughter that I consider my brother and sister as well. And so we have a very good relationship, and he knows my mom very well. They have a good relationship still, and so it's really been a blessing, because it's really been a blending of families, as well as a big brother and a mentor and mentee.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Darrin. It's an honor for you to be here, and an honor for me to talk with you as well.
Oh, it was my honor.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're here with Paul and Sue from Siegel's Cotton One Farm. They have their involvement in the Big Brothers Big Sisters. Paul, can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Yeah, it goes back quite a ways, back when Darrell Alderson was the man to be shaking hands and helping to help the boys and girls that needed guidance through their formative years. And we had some fundraisers at Cottonwood Farms for Big Brothers. Back when they did their haunted house, we were consulting together about, you know, how to do that. And for many years, you may remember that Big Brothers had a haunted house that traveled around, and was quite a few years out at the stadium. Then it was down at Bicentennial Park. And during some of that period, they came out, and some of the kids would perform the Wizard of Oz at the farm as a performance for our customers, and as a way of raising some money for them. And we've been grateful to be able to use their bus benches to promote our business. We've had 3 or 4 bus benches, I don't know, for 20 years probably, as long as they've had them, basically. And it's a worthwhile cause. I'm fortunate that I'm one of 9 children and had both parents throughout my adult life. But there's a lot of kids that aren't that lucky, and through the system that Big Brothers Big Sisters is using, they're helping to guide these children through some trying times without a mother or without a father. And we're kind of soft about kids, and so we're always willing to help when we can to help them, help kids. Our kids are our future in so many ways. So if we can help them make children into, our kids into better adults, society will be better for it. So for many years we've been doing whatever we can to participate with them, and whether it's just moral support or whether it's contributions or whatever, but it's a very good cause. We're glad to be here tonight, and we appreciate the other people that are here to also show their support, as Darryl has, for the organization.
Well, thank you very much. This has been wonderful. Now, you continue to have events at your farm for Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, we have Siegel's Cottonwood Farm on Weber Road, which has a pumpkin fest, and we always host some pairings of Big Brothers and Big Sisters, little brothers, little sisters at the farm. It's all about family at our pumpkin fest, and that's what they're trying to do, is trying to fulfill that family atmosphere with these children, and so they get to come out and enjoy the farm, the pumpkin farm, and the activities we have there. Take a pumpkin home, and hopefully be able to at least have one weekend of a little extra fun that they wouldn't have had otherwise. So yes, we look forward to continue doing that in the future.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm with Jim Glasgow. He's District State's Attorney. Jim, how did you get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, Lisa Lass was my Director of Public Administration in the 90s at the State's Attorney's Office, and she was instrumental in writing grants and starting prevention programs to keep our kids out of trouble. So it was a natural when she took over at Big Brothers and Big Sisters for me to get involved. But we've got 5 kids of our own, plus one of our friends is living with us now, so we've got a full house. I've never actually been able to be a full-time Big Brother because I'm too busy with my own, but I support Lisa in everything she does, and certainly we see in the courtrooms the young kids that don't have the proper role models. It's a difficult world today with all the information that kids get at an early age, and so many times it sends them down the wrong path. So having a good mentor, either a mother or father from Big Brothers is critical, and we've seen the results. So many of these young kids that have had a steady Big Brother have gone on to do great things. And, again, Lisa is dynamic and energetic, and she gets things done. And fundraisers like this never used to happen, but when she's at the helm, they do. And so they have enough money to keep the program going at full speed.
Well, that's amazing. Your participation in this has obviously made a big difference. Any participation with this can make a big difference and really lead the kids in the right direction. And not only that, but I know it touches some mentors' hearts as well. I'm sure it's touched your heart to see some different changes that's going on.
Yes, to see the new facility that she's been able to get. And I know Jim Rolfe has been a big part of that from First Midwest Bank. So many people, and that's one thing Lisa's great at, is getting all the leaders into the community to come and help out. And that's where we're geometrically more effective when everybody's pulling together.
Right. It becomes a community project.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. It was nice speaking with you.
Nice talking to you. Take care.
We're with the homeowners of this beautiful home, Lori and Jay Bergman. Lori, what is your involvement with Big Brothers and Big Sisters?
I'm a board member. I've been on the board for about 3 years.
It's amazing. Well, thank you very much for letting us have this event in your home. It's beautiful. It's for a great reason, and it's really just gorgeous. Now, what other involvements have you had? Like, what is your part of the board that you deal with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
I am the fund development chair. So we raise money for the agency, and right now we're kicking off our Bowl for Kids' Sake. So we're trying to gather teams and get people involved, and if you want to, and people sponsors and bowling and
fundraisers.
Yes.
Love them. Well, thank you very much for having this beautiful event in your home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm with Gwen with Community Affairs of Comcast. Gwen, I understand you made a big gift today for Big Brothers Big Sisters. What was that?
Yes, we've been working with Lisa with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we were fortunate enough to receive a grant for them from the Comcast Foundation. So we're going to be presenting it to them tonight in the amount of $10,000.
That's a big difference in what we're doing tonight for Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's going to make a big difference with their fundraisers and what they're doing, and it would make a big difference for the kids as well. Do you have any other involvement with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, we're partnering with them on a national level. So we partner with them nationally, and we partner with them locally. We're having some mentors get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters on a larger scale, and we're also working with them to help spread the word about a program that we have called Internet Essentials. It's a program we have for families that are on the free or reduced lunch program. It allows them to purchase internet services for $9.95 a month. So we're helping some of the families that may qualify through Big Brothers Big Sisters as well.
Well, that's amazing, because I know a lot of the programs in school today are internet and computers and just all about that. So that will make a big difference, so they can work a little more at home on their computers as well. Well, thank you very much. Your participation makes a big difference.
Thank you for having us. Thanks.
This is Mark and Denise, and they have a great voluntary program here at Big Brothers Big Sisters. They've done a great thing for here that I was just hearing about. Can you explain that a little bit to us?
Well, we have a little farm just north of the racetrack, and we invited all the pairs out, the bigs and the littles out, to have a good time out on a farm. And we did a chicken chase where we put a harness on some chickens and allowed them to catch the ball, and he or she with the fastest time won an extra prize. And everybody got a participation prize for everything they did, like carving jack-o'-lanterns, playing soccer, playing volleyball, playing bags. Thank you.
Yeah, we did. We had pumpkins for everybody. Everybody got to carve their own pumpkins
and take them home.
And take them home with them. Then we had a nice barbecue where we cooked up some hamburgers and some brats, and we burned a bonfire, which was about the size of a small house.
Our bonfires are big.
Yeah, just a whole day for the kids. It's too bad they couldn't stay a little bit longer than, there are time restrictions, of course, but it was just great to have all the kids out there because they don't get a chance to experience farms and such.
Pet farm animals and, horse and feed the horse. And nobody was there telling them, don't run, don't be quiet. Nobody had to tell them anything. They just ran and they screamed to their heart content. They had a great time.
They were all very well behaved, too, by the way.
That's great. I'm sure they were all very happy and grateful as well. I'm sure that touched your heart doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing the joy in their faces probably did a lot for you.
That's the biggest thing, the biggest payback.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Katie.
Folks, can I have your attention, please? I'm Jay, my wife Lori. We'd like to welcome you here to our home this evening for a really, really good event, Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So we understand that there's going to be a wonderful program this evening, and I'd like to introduce Lisa Lass, who's the Executive Director of the Will and Grundy County Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And, it's all yours.
Before you go anywhere, we'd like to present you with an award for or a little honor of recognition for hosting us tonight. We're very happy because obviously you've seen this gorgeous home, how grateful and lucky we are to be to have them open their home for us. And of course, we're also grateful that Lori serves on our board of directors. So thank you very much for what. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I know that you're all here to see the featured speaker, which is not me, but I just have a quick program to kind of get through. First of all, I'd like to introduce some of our elected officials that are here, and I know some today is a really bad night. There's about 6 other parties, so some are going to be coming in and out. But I'd like to acknowledge our City Councilwoman, Jan Quillman. Jan? Thank you. And, of course, our Will County State's Attorney, Jim Glasgow. Thank you, Jim. Also known as the Drew Peterson prosecutor. Yay, Jim, way to go. And I'd also like to introduce some of our board members who are here. John Mortimer, chair of the board. Wave. You met Lori Bergman. Tom Grotowski. Right, thank you so much, Tom. Melinda Mackey of Harris. Where are you? Stand up. Thank you, Tom. Karen McCarthy of the Macklin Group. Stand up. Let everybody see. Karen Micklick. Where are you? Thank you very much. Karen is with Packard Transport. Rick Papp of State Farm Insurance. Rick, there you are. Thank you. Brian Shapur, I see you back there from Exelon Nuclear. Thank you. Glad to have you. And everyone be careful, Joliet Police Detective Pat Schumacher. Pat. And a former board member who's here, Carol Klotz. Stand up and wave. Carol. Thank you. I want to quickly thank you all for coming. This is titled The Big Thanks because we want to really thank you for being the supporters of Big Brothers Big Sisters. We could not do it without volunteers and donors. I'd like to call up Lorraine Guerrero because we have a very special presentation that we would like to make to someone. Come on up. Who has been really significant to the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Lorraine is going to explain. Lorraine is with our site-based programs. All right, oh no.
All right, it is my honor and privilege to talk a little bit about someone that has meant so much to me since I was a college student tonight. Her name is Martha Villegas Miranda. When Martha was a student at Lewis University in the 1990s while studying social work, she mentored a child in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, and her name was Cindy. Because of this mentoring experience, Martha continued to mentor others in her personal and professional life, myself included. Since 2000, Martha has been on-site coordinator for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program at Lewis University. She created and delivered a specialized mandatory orientation program for all the mentors, and the Lewis University Big Brothers Big Sisters program has served as a model for other universities in the area, including the University of St. Francis. Because the Lewis Big Brothers Big Sisters program has become such a success, students now eagerly come to her to volunteer as opposed to us having to go out and recruit. In 2007, Martha humbly received the Big Brothers Big Sisters On-Site Coordinator of the Year award and has been nominated before by Big Brothers Big Sisters for her efforts in ensuring this is a quality program for the children at Lewis University and Lewis University students. Martha is a mother, and her 4-year-old daughter is here tonight, Katrina. She's back there, beautiful eyes. Martha has been very passionate and dedicated to the Big Brothers Big Sisters program now for over 12 years. And she will always hold Big Brothers Big Sisters close to her heart as she transitions to work. Now she'll be leaving us. This is her last year with Lewis University and Big Brothers Big Sisters because she was going to become the leader at the United States Hispanic Leadership Institute in January of 2013, and that is amazing. And to quote Martha, "I've been extraordinarily blessed by the presence and dedication of our Lewis University volunteers, BIGs, for making such an impact on our children in the community. I loved working with Big Brothers Big Sisters because our children need a positive role model. And they need mentors that can truly believe that they too can achieve their lifelong dreams, regardless of the challenges in their lives. I have also been blessed by the work of the Big Brothers Big Sisters staff and for the tremendous support in helping us get children in the program. I will greatly miss the Big Brothers Big Sisters children, mentors, and staff. And again, they will always hold a special place in my heart. And Martha, if you could come up. right, and this is a picture also for you, Marta, and we have a couple more pictures also that came with it. All the students signed, there were several others that they signed and they printed and everything. But they love her so much, and everybody was crying. Not just during that hour, but every day that I called.
Not just Lorraine.
Not just me. And when I was a student at Lewis University, I was told by a college professor once that if I didn't get connected, I was not going to make it through college. And I knew I wasn't. And I met her. And not only did I graduate college, but I finished my master's. And now I get to work with my college.
I didn't expect this, so thank you, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Lorena, Lisa, the whole Big Brothers Big Sisters staff. It truly has been an honor, and I've been blessed to work with such wonderful Lewis students, children, the Big Brothers Big Sisters staff, but it's really for the children. It's for los niños, because they really need positive role models in their life. And for me, I try to treat them like rock stars. I try to treat them like they deserve the red carpet. And at the end of the year, we've decided to just inaugurate an end-of-the-year banquet to honor them, to honor our to honor our students and them, and they get to walk down the red carpet, so they feel like they are special in our community. And so for us, our theme has been always aim for the moon, because even if you fall, you'll land among the stars. And so we treat each child as if they are a star in our community. So thank you to your support to this program. It really means a lot to these kids. Lorena, you have given us so much wonderful feedback to our mentors. That's really important. So I'm very grateful for Lorena and the Big Brothers Big Sisters staff for all the support you've given us. And I will miss Big Brothers Big Sisters, but I will be working at a national level and hopefully get you connected with the U.S. Hispanic Leadership Institute. So thank you. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Thank you so much. Thanks, Lorraine. Thank you. Oops, make sure. Yep. Thanks. Next, I would like to introduce to you our Big Sister of the Year, who not only is she our Big Sister of the Year, but she was voted Big Sister of the Year for the entire state of Illinois, and we never gave her a really appropriate recognition for that. So today we invited Sarah Peterson to come up and get an award for being Illinois' 2012 Big Sister of the Year. Come on up. Sarah's been matched with Haley since 2008, I believe. Yes. And they started out in our site-based program in Morris. And Haley wrote the most glowing, I didn't want to spend a lot of time today telling you about it, or to read it to you, but she wrote the most glowing words about how much Sarah has changed her life. And what's even more special is Haley's mother wrote so much about how Sarah has changed Haley's life. And when you see a parent be so appreciative of where their child has come, you just have to be so grateful. And Sarah was up against competition of all the big sisters throughout the whole state, and she got chosen. So welcome and congratulations. Do you want to say anything?
I really think that half of this goes to Haley, because without her, I guess I changed her life, but she's also changed mine too. So thank you very much. And TJ, who I guess nominated us, I thought it was a joke when TJ told us. I was like, okay, I got to fill out this essay. Like, why do I have to do this? So it's been awesome. So thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who supports Big Brothers, because I can see the change in Haley, and I know that the other matches can see the change in their littles too. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I see a couple more of our elected official friends come in. I'd like to welcome them. Our Will County Executive, Larry Walsh. Welcome, Larry. And our newest state senator, Jennifer Bertino, who's also currently our Will County Superintendent of Schools. Welcome, Jennifer. Thank you so much for coming. Now I'd like to switch a little bit and let you know that when we have obviously volunteers who make Big Brothers Big Sisters happen, but we wouldn't do it without financial resources and corporate partners. And we have two of our most favorite corporate partners here today. First, I'm going to introduce Gwen and Noreen, and they're from Comcast, and they have something to talk about today. Come on up, Gwen and Noreen.
Thank you, Lisa. I'll just be really brief. The first thing I wanted to just mention is if some of you haven't heard about a program that Comcast has to help bridge the digital divide. It's called Internet Essentials. It's a program for families that have a child on the free or reduced lunch program. They can qualify to get our internet service for $9.95 a month. So there's also an opportunity for them to purchase a netbook computer for $150. Wow. And then also opportunities for internet training. So if there's, if any of you are interested in learning more about the program, Noreen and I would be happy to talk to you about it or send you some information. Please let us know. So the other reason that I'm here is that, Noreen and I, we love to work with Big Brothers Big Sisters and a lot of the organizations that we work with in the community. Big Brothers Big Sisters is one of our national partners, so we work with them on a national level and then also on a local level. Lisa's great. We've been able to partner with them in the past on a grant and then also with our Comcast Cares Day activities. I had a last-minute opportunity that I was able to call her about, and I said, hey, I have an opportunity from the Comcast Foundation. Would you be interested in filling out a grant application? And before I could finish hitting send, she was like, yes! So I'm happy to say that their grant was approved, and we're going to be able to give a $10,000 grant to the mentoring program for Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Thank you so much. You want to say anything? Gwen said it all. Like Gwen said, they're our national sponsor, and Big Brothers Big Sisters is really appreciative for all you do nationally and, of course, locally. And I can't tell you how great it was to get $10,000 at the end of the year. Our board really appreciates. They're all shaking their heads. Yes, thank you. Our next very important corporate sponsor is Nicor Gas, and I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine for, gosh, I can't tell you how many years, Carmen Morales. Come on up, Carmen.
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to start by telling a story and see if you remember this story. At Nicor Gas, every year we volunteer at various United Way agencies or nonprofits. We expanded it to nonprofits that are not supported by United Way. And the reason why we do that is simply because we felt it was important for people to see where the dollars were going. Because people don't mind giving if they're, number one, asked, but number two, if they know where their money is going. So Nicor came up with a program where we would select agencies and bring our volunteers. Here in Joliet alone, we have had up to 120 volunteers on the third Saturday of every May. And we have been to many organizations, and I see some of the faces here. And if you haven't been to your organization and you'd like to be selected, just come and see me afterwards. Anyway, one year, and we've done that for 17 years, by the way. So one year, we decided to be really creative, and what we did is we selected a mentoring program for 4 hours. That's what employees do, and it is, like I said, on a Saturday, so it's no pay time. This is like for real volunteering. And what they did is we picked children that had not been matched with a big brother or big sister, and when I asked, let me see the list, I could not believe that they're waiting. And I thought, what a terrible thing. Instead of a positive influence, they may feel like there's something wrong with me. How come I'm not getting picked? So what we did, along with also the Guardian Angel Community Center, we brought kids in and we matched them with our employees, and we went to the YMCA and just had a fun day. The YMCA closed for us being there, and it was a wonderful experience. So that's a long story to say that one of our volunteers liked Big Brothers and Big Sisters so much that she actually volunteered, and she was on the board. she became a big sister. And I'm not sure how many years she was on the board, but her name was Barbara Wunderlich. And that is a wonderful story of how things get connected.
That was great. That was great. We love Barbara.
So it's wonderful. So at NICOR, we support our United Way agencies through our employee campaign as well as our corporate giving. And every year we go above and beyond, and we select agencies. So we recommend agencies to be given a small token to show them that we support them and that we're here for them. So I'm happy to present one of the many checks that come around this season, and this is the second time that we've done this. It's a $1,000 check to Big Brothers Big Sisters, and it's the real check. I don't have the big one. But you can cash this one.
Thank you so much. Let's get a picture. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carmen. Thank you.
Oh, there's one more? I'm just going to try one more.
Get over this.
Okay, well, that's okay. No problem. And here's the letter.
Thank you
Make it
so
official.
much. Thank you, Carmen.
Yes.
It's so nice to have friends in great places. Thank you, Carmen, and thank you to Noreen and Gwen from Comcast. I'm so appreciative. Thank you. Any other elected officials come in while I was talking? No? Where are we? John Girl. Oh, John Girl. There you are. I'm sorry. I'm looking down here. John Girl of our Joliet City Council. Welcome, John. Thank you for coming. Thank you. One last presentation before we get to why you're really here to hear the great speaker. And this one's going to be tough to get through. We have to say goodbye to our board of directors. Here I go. Chair. John Mortimer has been actively involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters for the last 20 years. Is he laughing at me? During that time, John has been matched with 4 different little brothers, and he served on the board of directors for the last 10 years. He also hired me, so blame him if you don't. John takes his role with Big Brothers Big Sisters very seriously, and he's risen to the challenge that we give to all our board members, and that is to raise funds so that we can continue to do the good work for the children from single-parent homes. He has aggressively sought out outside funding and donations for our agency. Additionally, his own personal and financial contributions and other activities on his part have earned him naming rights on our office building. So when you drive by, you'll see it's called the John Mortimer Building in honor of John. His commitment doesn't end with Big Brothers Big Sisters, though. He works extensively with youth through Marist High School, where he's a member of their board of directors. And he also he served on their board for 10 years and chair for 6. John balances all this while being the managing partner at Wood Phillips Intellectual Property Law Firm with offices in Joliet and Chicago. And his legal practice requires daily interaction with clients and business associates worldwide with primary focus on activities in U.S., Europe, and Asia. And all that he does, and he still finds time for us. John's passion for creating opportunities for children to succeed and excel regardless of their economic or family background is boundless. He has truly been a passionate advocate for the at-risk children we serve at Big Brothers Big Sisters. This month, John is transitioning off our board of directors. However, he won't be going real far because he's agreed to lead in the creation and implementation of a new foundation board for Big Brothers Big Sisters, which will focus on raising sustainable funds to ensure that Big Brothers Big Sisters stays in Joliet forever. And so, John, we want to acknowledge all your work, and we also want to say, now that you're going to have a little extra time, we have a gift for you. Come on up and come get a gift from us. Want to see the notice?
I'm not the featured speaker, so I won't keep you long. But I guess it's been a long journey. Actually, I think it's been longer than 10 years.
Oh.
forget, the only thing I recall to put in a time frame is just slightly after they repealed Prohibition, I was on the board. But it's been a tremendous experience. I've had the privilege of being a big and being on the board at the same time, which allows me to see what at-risk really means, and it allows you to see Big Brother interacting with these kids and seeing how important this is. And one thing that's difficult is we do this without a lot of fanfare, because we kind of like the offensive lineman on a football team. If we're doing our job, nobody hears your name. And when we do our job, we give kids a foundation where they become functioning citizens and successful. And somebody's there, when they get in the crossroads and they're tempted to go the wrong way, there's somebody there to point them back. Once in a while we get the wow situations like our featured speaker, but for the most part we go under the radar. But as far as the building's concerned, I think that was one of my many dreams. I shared with Lisa when I started. I said, I would love to see the staff have a safe and comfortable place to live where they can perform to their peak. And I think we're kind of there, and also it gives us a presence in the community where we don't look like a not-for-profit that people feel sorry for. We're now an asset in the community where people's contributions are to the community. And our next challenge is, I think we're working on branding and whatever else, but we have a lot of kids out there that are still not matched, and a lot of this is it's funding, it's visibility of our organization. So as we worked out in the last strategic planning session, our objective is to anyone who needs our services, they will know they're there, and anybody who chooses to become involved will not have to wait long to become a participant in the program. So I've spoken long enough anyhow. So
Thank you. You deserve it.
Really, what concerns me now is going forward, and all you in the room are really a critical part of this, because we're facing kind of a challenging and dangerous time. We've got, federal funding is depressed. Non-existent. With the tax laws changing, who knows what's going to happen to charitable contributions, and that may go down. So we really are going to be leaning heavily on individuals to support the organization. And you people have got us this far, and unfortunately, we have to lean on you to take us further. So a heartfelt thanks to everyone in the room. And thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy. I saw another one of our elected officials came in. I want to welcome our newest state rep, Natalie Manley. Welcome. Thank you. Also, I see someone back behind the door there. Come on in. Who's very important to us, our police chief of Joliet, Mike Trafton. Hi, Mike. Thank you. I've been around to see a lot of different police chiefs in Joliet, and I will say Mike has been one of the most outgoing that really wants his officers to get involved in the community. And he doesn't just say it, he actually makes it happen. And he goes out of his way to put the pressure on his people and put the influence that if the chief's watching, I want you to volunteer. So I really thank you for all you do for the community. Thanks, Mike. Thank you. And one more thing before we get to our featured speaker. We talked about our building. We would not have our building if it wasn't for the great efforts of the two people that led our capital campaign. Jim Rolfe, who was here from First Midwest Bank but had to leave, and also Paul Gansert, and I want to thank him publicly. Thank you, Paul. And Paul was also a big brother back in the very beginning of this agency, so thank you. Okay, now what you all came for, and what we're really excited about. We're thrilled to have Darrin Smith with us tonight. Darren, a linebacker on 2 Super Bowl championship teams with the Dallas Cowboys and 2 NCAA national championship teams at the University of Miami, credits his development as a youth and his success as an adult to Big Brothers Big Sisters. Before his football career started, Darren was a young boy from a single-parent home in Miami. He lost his dad when he was 3 years old due to violence, and his mom then enrolled him in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program at age 8 so that he would have a role model. He states that his big brother, Seymour Marksman, taught him life lessons such as hard work, dedication, and setting and achieving goals that he still carries with him to this day. And 31 years after they met, they still have a strong relationship. Darren recently joined Big Brothers Big Sisters National Speakers Bureau and the African American Advisory Council. His goal is to change the fact that while nearly 40% of the kids waiting for a big brother or a big sister mentor are African American, only 15% of those who volunteer to be a big brother or big sister are black. So in addition, African American and Hispanic boys represent the largest number of children on our waiting list for our mentors. But now, as a husband and a father himself, Darren is grateful to his big brother and to the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization for helping him shape the man he is today. So we wanted to welcome him to Joliet and hear his personal story. So please help me welcome Darrin Smith. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. I wrote down a couple notes so I could stay within my 3-hour time limit. Again, thank you all. I want to thank, first of all, Lisa Lass for inviting me to come here, and it's truly been a pleasure to be back here in Illinois. Actually, I was here this summer with my family. We decided to take a summer trip, started down in South Florida. We decided to go to the Grand Canyon. So we drove to the Grand Canyon this summer, and it was I have 2 kids, 5-year-old twins, and a boy and a girl, so we got it right off the bat. And we took a couple of friends with us, and they have a teenage daughter, so she really helped us out a lot with the twins, right? So after we left the Grand Canyon, we decided, well, our friends wanted to come to Chicago. So we drove from the Grand Canyon to Chicago. So now this took about 3 weeks. So this wasn't, we just took our time and just kind of traveled and enjoyed ourselves. But me and the other guy of the crew decided let's treat the ladies, to a day. We were staying downtown Chicago, so we decided to take the kids to Six Flags. And so we decided to let the ladies stay and do a spa day and go shopping downtown Chicago, do your thing. We promised the kids we'll do whatever you guys want, whatever ride you want to get on. Nobody didn't warn me about all those roller coasters at Six Flags. That means like everywhere you turn at Six Flags is another roller coaster. And so, my trip there was very interesting, I would say. It probably may have been a little bit tougher than playing against the Chicago Bears. And I also want to thank Jay and Lori Bergman. It's interesting when Lisa said, well, we're going to be in the ballroom. I said, well, you said we're going to be at a house. This is beautiful. So we want to thank you, Jay and Lori, for opening up your house for us. And I thank Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Will and Grundy counties for the way that you serve and that you lead in this community. All of these kids who need people like you, who care and who love them. I just personally want to thank you, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Will and Grundy County. Earlier this year, I was blessed with the privilege of being named an ambassador celebrity for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And it's a badge that I carry with great pride. It enables me to have direct impact on the lives of many boys and girls in this community that's being affected by an ever-increasing number of single-parent households. The condition of fatherhood in particular is at a critical level. Sarah, in this country, almost 60% of all children are growing up in a household without a father. And this is the impact that it's having. Survey shows that 71% of high school dropouts grew up in a home without a father. 85% of youth prison inmates grew up in a home without a father. And 90% of death row inmates, you guessed it, no father in the household. When America has over 2 million prison inmates. And James, I know you've been working to increase that number, right? But that is the highest rate of incarceration in the world. And then there's another 5 million in the criminal system that are on probation, on parole, or on supervision. And all of these things are just unproductive activities. Tom, America has gone from number 1 to number 12 in the number of college graduates. But with number 1 in prison inmates, something is very wrong. But all is not lost. I've come here with some good news tonight. Big Brothers and Big Sisters has found a way to change some of those negative numbers into positive numbers. And it's primarily through one-to-one mentoring. And tonight I want to share my experience with you with one-to-one mentoring and how you can continue to help Big Brothers and Big Sisters as they continue to impact the lives of our young boys and girls. You know, people look at the rings tonight, and I've been able to play in the league for 12 years, and all of those things that are symbols of success. They look at my life and say, well, yeah, this guy's been pretty successful. But I recognize that I could have easily become one of those statistics that I mentioned earlier. It could have been me. I could have been the one that dropped out. I could have joined the gang. I could have ended up in jail or even worse. You see, I lost my father when I was just 3 years old. And he was shot and killed at a community festival less than a month after my 3rd birthday, actually. And unfortunately, my sisters and my brothers, they were there with him when it happened. I actually was feeling ill that day, and I was at home with my mom. And that tragedy came at the hands of a man who was claiming that he was on drugs and he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't realize what he was doing. And, you know, to some extent I agree, because he didn't and he couldn't fully recognize what he had did. You see, not only did he take my dad's life, but his actions affected my life and my family's life. And it would never be the same. He was a hard-working, loving, caring husband and father, and now he was gone, leaving a young, now single mother of 5 to pick up the pieces. Now, at that time, we were living in an area of Miami that was known for high crime rates, high poverty, high arrest rates, and Mom tried to make ends meet, but they never actually met. They just kind of waved at each other a little bit. But she tried to make ends meet with her job as a cook at a Sears cafeteria. But because of the commitment of my mom to save her family, she took the little money she had and she relocated us from the projects to another area in Miami. Now, with 5 children, 3 of which who are boys, she tried to get us involved in activities to keep us busy. I chose football. And although she tried to give us all the attention and all the support that we all needed, Mom knew she needed help. And so she signed her sons up into the Big Brothers and Big Sisters program. I was matched with my mentor, Seymour Marksman. And I feel blessed to be a part of Big Brothers Big Sisters because by the time I was in the 4th grade, I was dealing with my own issues. I had anger issues. And the entire 4th grade knew it. They knew not to talk about Darren's dad or there will be some consequences. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Nikki Stevens. I chased him across half of Miami after school one day after he talked about my dad. I was carrying books and everything. I was on a mission. I didn't care. But I never did catch up with Nikki that day. And matter of fact, if anybody knows Nikki Stevens, let them know I'm looking for him. But you know, I was especially angry when I would see little boys playing football with their dads. So my big brother, Seymour, he became a part of my life at a critical time because I needed a positive male role model. I remember the day we were matched. And I remember hearing his car pull up in the front yard. And, oh, man, I was nervous with all this anticipation. I remember sneaking to the window and kind of peeking out. And I remember when he got out of the car, he had this thick mustache. He had this little baby afro. And I can remember thinking to myself, man, he looks mean. And, on our first outing, I was looking forward to going to play basketball, play some video games, something fun. What did we do? He took me to his house. He gave me a rake and some trash bags. And we went to work in his yard. What it was, he had transferred from New York. His job transferred him down to South Florida, and he wanted to get his house ready for his family, his wife, and his daughter who were coming soon. So, but I begin to wonder. I was like, this guy joined Big Brothers and Big Sisters for some free labor. But actually, what we created that day is something that still exists today. It was a heart-shaped flower bed for his wife, Helen. And that flower bed and our friendship are still going strong. Vivian, at the time I met Seymour, I could tell you what time it was based on what was on TV. But that quickly changed when Seymour and my mom took the TV away and began to put books in my hand. My big brother taught me life lessons that I still carry with me to this day. What did he teach me? Well, I'm glad you asked. He taught me the value of hard work. When we did go play basketball or go bowling, he never just let me win. Even as a little kid, he just couldn't find it to let me win. And I got to tell you, I got to confess, I can't stand losing. I'm not a good loser. I'm not a sore loser. I'm just not a good loser. You know what I mean? Like Donnie, if we played tic-tac-toe tonight and you were winning, we would play all night until I win. So I'm just a bad loser. I'll put it that way. But he helped me to understand that success doesn't just happen. You got to put in the work. Well, I did put in the work, and it translated into earning an athletic scholarship to the University of Miami, becoming a member of a team that won 2 national championships. It was hard work that enabled me to be drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the 2nd round and become a member of a team that went on to win 2 Super Bowls. All that. And I still can't beat them in bowling to this day. But he also stressed the importance of reading and education, as well as the value of using my time wisely, which translated into me doing well in school. I was able to graduate in 3.5 years with a degree in business management, as well as earn my MBA in 1.5 years, all before entering the NFL. And now I'm actually the only person that has played in the NFL and won 2 national championships and won 2 Super Bowl rings. The only one to ever do it. And I'm not saying it to brag or to talk about myself, but to express that it was because of Seymour's mentoring and support that a life that was possibly headed for struggle became a life of success. Now, Karen, I'm a husband and a father of twins that I mentioned, and I'm a grateful man because of what my big brother helped teach me. It makes me proud and happy that now, 32 years later, we're still together and he's still by my side. So I've come here to Joliet tonight, first of all, to say thank you. Thank you for supporting Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's because of people like you, people who care about our young people, that lives are being transformed. It's because of you, and you, and you, all of you, that children in this community are being matched with bigs that are impacting their lives, providing vision that helps them see beyond their circumstances, beyond their situation, and be able to reach their full potential. The reality is we can only have impact through relationship. The model for Big Brothers and Big Sisters is start something. And you guys have started something with your support. And now we want to ask you and ask for your continued support of this great organization. Now, it's not cheap. Supporting these matches is not cheap. It takes time and it takes money to support our matches. But when you count the cost, is well worth the effort when you look at the results of the lives that are being changed. Just a few stats. National research has shown the direct and measurable impact that positive relationships between littles and their bigs. For example, the littles are more confident in their schoolwork performance. They are able to get along better with their own family members. 46% are less likely to use illegal drugs. 27% of littles are less likely to use alcohol. 52% are less likely to skip school. And 67% of all formers surveyed agree that their bigs played a role in their decision to attend college. So now as I close, I want to encourage you to continue to start something with big brothers and big sisters. For now is the appointed time. If not now, when? And if we don't do it, who will? And so now I want to thank you for allowing me just to spend a few moments with you to share with you my big brother, my big sister story. Thank you and God bless.
How inspiring, Darren. Thank you so much. We're going to end, but just real quickly, I'd like all the staff to come up here so everybody can see your faces, because without the employees doing the work they do, we would not be able to match the children we do and keep those matches strong and long. So come on up real quick, and I'd like everyone to please give a round of applause to our fabulous staff. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come on up. Come on up. Thank you. Thank you. These guys truly work, so thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And in closing, I'd like to turn it over to Jay Bergman, and I thank you all for coming out. And Jay, again, thank you so much for having us. Come on.
Two quick things. Number one, there's some additional food out there, desserts. So make certain that you check them out when you leave here. And the second thing, and there's still a lot of food too, and a lot of beer and wine. And the second thing is your invitation, I think, said that the event ended at 8 o'clock. That was a misprint. It's now 8:30. So feel free to have the desserts, the beer, wine, and hang around for a little while.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. I'm sorry.
I am with Larry Walsh. Larry Walsh, what are you doing here tonight?
Well, I came to show my support for a wonderful program and to show my support to Lisa Lass and as the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and more importantly probably her staff and all the volunteers that participate in this wonderful program. We are really blessed with a great organization here in Joliet, Will County, and you know, the compassion and the generosity of our people help make these programs successful. And tonight we're here at this beautiful home with Jay and Lori Bergman open their doors to have this wonderful, gathering. It just shows the commitment of us to make sure that program keeps on going. So, Big Brothers Big Sisters has done so much for families, for individuals that without parents, without a father, without a mother, and so it really is a very worthwhile cause. And while I was in the Illinois Senate, I had the honor to serve as a local senator. I tried to, anytime I could get some discretionary monies, to bring it back to Big Brothers Big Sisters to help them out.
Well, it's great having you here, and it really does make a difference for all these sponsors, and for you to be here. It really does show us out here that it is a possibility to make things happen.
Absolutely, and the old adage of where there's a will, there's a way, and we have done this, and I've known Darrell Alderson from high school days, the original, very first executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and and he started a program off and dedicated a huge portion of his life, toward doing this. And we've had great people since then. And Lisa has just done a tremendous job. She never quits. She never shuts the engine down. She's always going. So, but that's what it takes to be successful. And the people that she has on her board, and the volunteers, and the people that step up to be big brothers is huge. Big brothers and big sisters.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you very much, Larry, for joining us here tonight.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
I'm with Jill, John, and Paul over here. Can you tell us a little bit about what speech you just made and why, and what happened with that?
Pardon me?
The speech you just made. What is this in your hand? And, what's this about?
This is about me being probably on the board for way too long. But I think it's closer to 15 years that I was on the board there. And we went back to the days when they were in a building that was infested with termites, and we were growing mushrooms in the ceiling. And so, but the whole objective is to make this organization visible, and that's been our goal. And right.
Well, thank you very much for all you've done, and I'm sure you're sad to go.
I'm going to continue working with them. I'm just going to another position, and hopefully we'll contribute in the future. So.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
I have my golf club for my retirement, so I'm all set.
He's ready. He's ready to go. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with Jill, and I understand you were persuaded by this amazing speech. What is it that you want to do now?
I am going to be a big sister.
That's amazing. And what about the speech really persuaded you the most?
How it affects lives. And, I've raised kids. I was a single mom, and I have my own business, and I also have a lot of time. And I think that I could make a difference.
That's amazing, because there are, like they said, there's a lot of kids out there that don't have matches, and what you are going to do is really going to make that difference. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm with John Grohl with Joliet City Council. John, what are you doing here tonight?
You know what? Just come to really support a wonderful organization here in the Joliet area in Will County. Big Brothers, Big Sisters. They do so many good things, and had a wonderful speaker here this evening, and really just a wonderful evening here at Jay Bergman's home. Mr. and Mrs. Bergman provided a wonderful venue, and really just kind of proud to be able to support Big Brothers, Big Sisters for the good work that they do for our young people.
Well, you being here makes a big difference, and it really does show people that even those ones with the really busy lives do see what's going on here. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm here with Chief Trafton. What a wonderful guest we have tonight. Chief, why did you decide to show up tonight?
Katie, it's Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and it makes such a difference in kids' lives, and the ability to give back to the kids of this community and to make a difference. You can't do better than that.
Well, we all know how much you love to give back to the kids with Santa's Cups and stuff like that, and you're doing a great thing for our community. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it.
So any future plans for Big Brothers, Big Sisters with you?
We're going to keep volunteering, keep working with Big Brothers and Big Sisters as the police department. Pat Schumacher, who is the new vice president, is a Joliet police officer. I'm very excited about it. Pat gives a lot of his own time for this organization, fine example of our guys and what they do for the community, and he gives a lot, and I'm real proud of him.
Well, thank you so much. I'm sure you're very proud of everything that goes on here and just the amazing, tremendous difference that it's making here in our community. It
really is, Katie. You know how I love this community and how I feel about it. So, yeah, I'm very happy.
Thank goodness I've been able to speak with you for a few times, and that's all I hear about is how he just really wants to change our community, and you've done great with that. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Katie.
I'm here with Jan Coleman. Jan, what are you doing here tonight?
Well, Tom and I are one of the sponsors, and every year we invite the Big Brothers and Big Sisters to pick a little and a big to come to the Joliet Silver Cross Field to watch one of the Slammers games. And as a city council person, we get a suite, and then Tom and I invite the kids, and we get the pizza and popcorn and pop for them, because a lot of them have never even been to a ball game.
Right.
And when they get up there into the suite and they actually see a ball game, they think they're like big celebrities, and it's so exciting for them to see that. They have a good time.
So you seeing their happy faces really does this for you, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And also we're big supporters of the big finale. I've been on the committee, and chocolate's always our favorite. You can't go wrong with chocolate.
Oh, no, that's a lady's best friend.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's all about the kids. It's not about us. It's about the kids and what we can do for kids that don't have a parent or a mentor that can help them achieve what their goals are and what they can achieve, because they think that they can't do it. But when they have a mentor to help them along, they can do anything they want.
Absolutely. And for people like us to really have faith in them really means a lot to them, because they don't have many people in their lives that can seriously give them, you know, goals to look forward to, or, you know, that little bit of ego push, you know, to make them feel better about themselves.
Absolutely. Just know that somebody cares.
Mm-hmm.
Someone cares goes a long way. You know, and I'm a nurse as well, and I always tell my students, you know, a little bit of a touch. If I don't care what your patient has, if it's a terrible disease or whatever they have, give them a hug. Because that goes a long way, and it goes a long way with a child.
Right. Well, I know statistics have shown that hugs make people mentally feel better. Is that true?
It is. And I'm going to give you a hug now.
Oh, thank you. See, you feel better? I really like this. I feel tons better. Well, thank you very much, Jan.
All right, and thank you. And thanks everyone who does donate to Big Brothers and Big Sisters, because without their donations, we couldn't do what we do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm with Detective Pat Shoemaker. Pat, I understand you came here with Chief Trafton tonight. Why did you decide to tag along?
Well, he tagged along with me, actually. He had there's a lot of other parties tonight, and luckily we were able to get some people to come here. I'm actually the new vice chairman of the board for Big Brothers Big Sisters, so I was on the committee that helped plan this event. Of course, we got to thank Lori and Jay Bergman and the whole staff and the whole board, and it was just a wonderful event. And don't tell the chief that he tagged along with me. Hopefully he doesn't watch this, but
you're supposed to be following him, you know. But we'll try to keep that secret for you. So, what has really touched your heart about Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Doing what I do, been a Joliet police officer for 14 years, and I really get to see more so than a lot of the other staff and board at Big Brothers Big Sisters. I get to see the children that really need our services, and so that's it's really a pleasure to be involved and get involved in stuff like this and help raise awareness and funds for a great organization. And the keynote speaker tonight, who I'm sure everybody has already seen, was just fantastic, and just so glad that we brought him here, and hopefully everybody hears his message and gets involved and gives a little time, money, or whatever to the organization, because again, I get to firsthand see the kids that really need it, and can see hopefully more of them turn out like Darren than end up in jail and in trouble. So,
well, have you seen constant younger kids, go in and out of the facility that really just maybe they stopped coming because maybe they had that one mentor?
Or
is it really true that, once they're in trouble, it's hard to get out and they don't have that someone?
It's hard, and unfortunately, doing what I do for my job and not the blessing I have to work with organizations like this, I more often than not see the bad stuff than the good stuff. So, but hopefully we see more good stuff, and again, more people like Darren.
Just turn out better.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm with Sam and Carrie, and what do you two do here?
I am the partnership builder and special events coordinator. I'm a fund development specialist.
Awesome. And I understand there's a big event coming up for you.
Yes, there is. It's actually our largest fundraiser of Big Brothers Big Sisters nationwide. It's our 31st annual Bowl for Kids' Sake, which will be taking place in March.
Awesome. And tell us more a little bit about the event. What's going to be going on there?
Well, basically what it is we ask individuals to form teams of 5 people, do some fundraising, and then as a thank you, they come out and enjoy 2 hours of completely free bowling, soda, pizza, a lot of giveaways, prizes, raffles.
Just all the fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, ladies, for standing here speaking with us and giving us a little more information about that. Now, is there a number we can reach you to get a hold of to get involved in this?
Yes, if anyone's interested in it or wants more information, you can call 815-723-BBBS. Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very, very much. I'm with Dick Schuster. Dick, what are you doing here tonight?
Well, we were invited by Big Brothers and Big Sisters to come to this lovely home for a nice party. And my involvement with Big Brothers is more or less filming a lot of the events for them. But my son is a Big Brother, and he was on the board up till about a month ago. But the cute story is, when he was in high school, he had to put service hours in, so he got a little brother. Well, they've kept their friendship all these years, and his little brother works for him now. And they've stayed together, been in the weddings, and each other's weddings and all this stuff. So it's one of these long stories. So when Big Brothers wrote this book that they put out, they talked to my son and his little brother and told this whole story, how it lasted all these years. So some relationships you build with Big Brothers last. Yeah, it really lasts.
So a lot like Darren's story that we heard, that they do continue on for years to come.
Oh, yeah, because now that boy is in his 30s, and he was 8 years old then. So
oh, my goodness.
25 years, something like that.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you very much for being here and participating in this great evening.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm with Jim Murray. Jim, what is your involvement with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
We own a sign company in Will County here, and we try to help them out with their events any way we can.
Great. And what are some of the things that you do?
Signage for their sponsors, for their events, pretty much anything they need printed, we try to help them out.
So you do whatever you can for them?
Absolutely.
Even without being asked, I hear.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. You just volunteer your time and really just take initiative to really help out these kids that really need it.
Yeah, they have, the people are great and the cause is fantastic.
Great. Well, thank you very much. You're making a big difference.
Thank you.
I'm here with Julia Lorraine. Lorraine, thank you very much for that speech earlier. It was very heartwarming. It was beautiful. What are some of your involvements, more in depth of what you two do here?
We are both match support specialists, so we monitor the matches and talk to the bigs and littles monthly and quarterly to see how everything's going with them, make sure everything's good. Child safety, #1 priority. And Lorraine also works on our site-based programs.
And that's how I know Marta. Well, I know her from my own experience. Marta Villegas Miranda, who we talked to tonight, and she was an award recipient. So we have programs, after-school programs at Lewis University and at the University of St. Francis. And then we have Lunch Buddies programs, which is only 20 minutes a week throughout our Joliet Public Schools and other schools in the area in Will County and Grundy County.
Well, that's great. Your involvement really does make a difference, and these kids, I'm sure they're very appreciative of that. Is there any heartwarming events that you've seen from these kids?
We've just seen, we did our Grundy County Soapbox Derby, and the kids had to be announced for their turn for the race to go, and we asked one of the little brothers who his favorite superhero was, and he turned to his big brother, Jose, and said, "Oh, my big brother, Jose." So, that was a super heartwarming moment for a lot of us, because a couple of us got to see him say that and announce it, and it was so cute for her to announce it over the PA to hear that, his big brother was his favorite superhero.
That's beautiful. Are there any big upcoming events coming for you?
Go ahead. Well, we have Bowl for Kids' Sake coming up in March, and we're asking that anyone that has a heart and wants to help children, go ahead and become a bowler or join a team for Bowl for Kids' Sake. And you can go to bbbswillgrundy.org
/BFKS.
Yes, and January is also National Mentoring Month, so we'll have a lot of different celebrations going on through then. And we also want to say, along with Julie's heartwarming story, there are moments like that happen every single day in Will County and Grundy County because of volunteers and donors, like the folks that came out tonight. And if it wasn't for their support and their help, we wouldn't have so many beautiful moments like that. And we right now we have over 60 children on our waiting list, and a majority of them are minority children, African American and Latino. And we're asking, regardless of your skin color, we need people to come out and we need them to mentor them. Julie is a big sister, and her child is a foster child who's African American, and she's had so many moments with him. And Julie, unfortunately, is going to be leaving Big Brothers Big Sisters in just like a month. And her little brother is going to be needing to be matched again. So if you have a heart, think about that. I just wanted to throw that in.
And also the majority of our kids waiting are boys. So we really do need the call for male mentors. So any good men out there that have an extra couple of hours a month, you could really make a big difference with just giving your time.
Is there a number they can call in case some of them out there really do want to make this difference and get involved?
Yes, they could call 815-723-BBBS or 815-723-2227.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming out tonight. We really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely, thank you. We're now ending our night here at Lori and Jay Bergman's house. It's been a beautiful night. The house is beautiful. The event has been beautiful. All the people that we've talked to have been beautiful in their contribution to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters event. Now, we have had an eye-opening night to what's going on with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Darrin Smith, an amazing speaker and great NFL player, as we all know, made a great, beautiful speech that touched a lot of hearts in the room. Him himself turned out to be a better man because of the Big Brothers, and you also should join and become a better help to this as well. We need Big Brothers, we need Big Sisters, and really, you're going to change these kids' hearts, and that's what we really want to do in the Joliet community and everywhere around the world. These kids need our help, so if you can, we've given you the information for that. Thank you for joining us here tonight, and we'll see you soon.